Bully and his father kills my dog. Dad takes revenge. This happened in 1995 on a small rural town in Chaco province, Argentina. Everyone knows each other here until this very day. My father was an electrician, the only one in town, so he was constantly meeting people, and as he was born and raised here, he was very well known by everyone. He grew up with many of the police officers from back then, and they even had asados together, Argentinian barbecue, at least 3 times a month for years. My father was not a violent man. That was the only time I saw him do something like that. The other man with his busy son, they were not from town. They had moved here a year or so prior, they were from Buenos Aires. I don't really knew the guy, only his kid, who was an absolute asshole to almost every kid in the block, and he constantly picked on me and my brother since we were the youngest of our neighborhood, therefore couldn't defend ourselves. Bucky wasn't trained since we knew nothing about training, but he was loyal and playful with every kid. One thing for sure, though, he was protective. One afternoon we were playing in the park and out came Bully Kid, who at first threw rocks at us, then got closer and started calling us names, and us being little got scared. He was bigger than us. We tried to leave, but he blocked us and started hitting my brother. I tried to stop him, but he did the same to me. Bucky heard us crying and came running, jumping and getting the bully's arm at once. He bit, shook and released, staying between us and the bully, barking like mad until the kid left running. We saw Hi get inside his house, and a few seconds later came father with the sledgehammer. Bucky stood in front of us, hairs raised and barking, but the man didn't stop. He got close, raised the sledgehammer and went straight down to Bucky's head. He did not hit him once, he hit him 5 times. The first blow I'll never forget. The sound of the steel connecting with the skull, the painful whimper of our dog. Bucky got knocked with the first blow. By the 5th and final his head was caved in. My brother and I were frozen in place, scared to death, crying a lot. The asshole dad says something which I don't remember now, and left. We were unable to move for a moment, such was our fear. Finally I grabbed my brother and went home. Dad was fixing a fan, and he saw us, asked us what happened. We told him and just said, right. Okay, let's wash your faces and grab some ice cream. Yes. That's what our dad did. Took us for ice cream. He did a pretty well job to mask his emotions and showed himself cheerful to us. That night, when brother was asleep and I was playing in the kitchen, he grabbed the wrench, told mom and I he had to fix something in the neighbor. I assumed it was another neighbor since it was a common thing for my dad to get asked by neighbors to fix things, nodded to mom nodded back, yes, she knew, and left. He came back some minutes later, told me to go to bed, and that was it. A decade later we came to know what happened. He went to the guy's house, knocked on the door and punched the dude so hard it rocked his head back, told him he would break 1 limb for each of his children whom he made cry. I can only imagine what he would have done if we were more than 2 kids, proceeded to beat the guy some more in front of his family, and then took the wrench and broke his legs. He then left the house, went home, asked me to go to bed, talked to mom and went straight to the police, turned himself in and was actually delayed until the police went and checked with the other guy. My dad also showed our dead dog to them, and the police found the sledgehammer on the bully's house still with blood on it, and they let my father go. They also spoke with the dude when he got better and suggested him to leave the town, since if they weren't liked before, they wouldn't ever be now. To this, you gotta understand the mindset from some small rural towns. We looked at outsiders with mistrust back then, and it took a while for people to get used to you if you were new in town. However, these people came and weren't very much liked, apparently because of the kid, and the father was also an asshole. I do not condone the actions of my father, nor am I justifying in any way the events that transpired then, but as a father myself I can totally understand to what extent can a man react when kids are at play. I loved my dad and I have mad respect for him. R.I.P. Dad, we miss you greatly. So there, that's the full story. Sorry for my bad English, it is not my native language. Thanks guys. Edit, wow. When I posted this I wasn't expecting this to get this much attention. Thank you all for your kindness and compassion. Recently, and because of a message I received by one of you, kind people, I felt the need to include a part of the story that I originally left out involving Bucky, our brave dog. This is it, Bucky has descendants. My brother has what would be Bucky's grandpup now, and he's been adopting Bucky's lineage, if that's the correct term, for a few generations now. He did a good job at tracking down Bucky's litters. He had 2 litters in its short life, with the first being of 5 pups and the second one of 8. My brother, Leandro, remembered everyone who got to adopt Bucky's pups, and to his surprise, he found Bucky's blood carried on and is still strong. He adopts a descendant from Bucky every time there's a new litter and has adopted 2 generations so far, every one a straight descendant from a male. All praise goes to my brother, who worried himself with keeping Bucky alive in his life. Again, excuse my English if I couldn't express myself the correct way or if it caused any confusion upon reading. I'll try to explain better in the comments if asked to. Thank you all very much and sorry for taking long to post this part. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.